from the point of view of Nexus, we want learners like you, because you're independently minded, you've got good critical thinking skills.
Sorry.
And we're looking to develop those qualities in the learners here, so that when they leave school, they'll have life skills and they'll be equipped to deal with the problems of the future world. We don't want learners who will sit and listen to what they're being told and soak up anything without questioning it. And hopefully you found that we have a learning environment that also promotes you to ask questions.
A lot of proactive thinking.
Yeah, so you come quite well equipped, but I hope that we can develop that.
Nexus has helped a lot in that. Like, compared to other schools out there, we just spoon feed you information. The teachers here ask you to get yourself information.
Yes.
Which I find it really good.
Yeah, it's challenging. Not everybody can cope with it. Sometimes they fall on one side for a while, but hopefully we also teach you how to get that information, not just tell you to get it. So we give you some ways of being independent and more proactive as a learner. So,
it does, definitely.
Yeah. So I think together with your desire to acquire knowledge and question, and our pedagogy of encouraging questioning, we grow together.
Yeah, that helps a lot. And Nexus is a really good school.
Good. And in terms of, the fact that you are a scholarship student and you're in boarding, you add lots of other dimensions to the school. So, all of our scholarship students, but in fact all of our boarding students, they will add to the quality of the school by helping out with activities, by being around, and by developing that really nice relationship with each other that I think really has, I don't know from your point of view, but I think the school is very much a family community. And I've seen small learners being held hands with big learners, and if they chip over, somebody says, "Are you okay?" And it does feel quite caring, and I think the boarding house has an impact on the school from that point of view, because it's your home, not just your school.
Literally your home. Being a boarder means that you're spending like at least 80% of your schooling time in school. And that helps a lot.
Yeah, and you make good friendships as well, don't you?
Very solid friendships.
And that whole international thing is that you end up meeting people who you probably wouldn't spend time with by choice, but because you're all together, you have to get to know each other and learn and understand that we're all different, and maybe become some tolerance towards each other. And
it helps develop the international mindedness.
Yeah, and I think if you had a choice to go away and leave some people behind, you may not get to know them enough to understand their differences. So it's not just about accepting, but it really is about understanding differences. When you live with somebody, you get to know them on a different level.
Yeah, I get to live with a Maldivian, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. So I think, that what Nexus wants is students who can think, and we try and promote that in our students, in our learners. So it's good for all of us.
Yeah, it is.
Cool.
Thank you very much.
So Akihiro's been studying Spanish since the end of August.
All right.
Yeah, so right from the beginning he's doing ab initio Spanish. So it's quite an intense course, and what I've seen so far from you is that you're very good at picking up vocabulary really quickly. Your brain's quite sponge-like, it seems, and absorbing information, because obviously because we're doing so much new stuff right from the beginning, he needs a lot of memory to retain all this before we can move on to a new topic. And so far you've been doing very well.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy Spanish?
I like learning new languages.
Yeah.
And Spanish is quite fun.
Yeah, and I've noticed that Akihiro makes links with other languages. So if you say, in Bahasa this is like this, we have the masculine and feminine rule in this language, for example. So you speak a few languages already, right? Yeah.
As a Malaysian, we speak 3 languages by default.
Yeah.
And we will learn the dialects of our Mandarin and something like socialization, you're with your friends. Sometimes like the Malays, they will speak their dialect as well. So you have more languages there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you use anything, special tools to help you, say if we've got a test on something, say in my town or something, what do you do to help you remember?
I just read the book.
Yeah?
I just read the book.
Read.
No, just like twice. That's what it is there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So do you repeat? Do you write things down?
No, I just
read and it stays in.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're better than me, because I used to always have to write or record it and repeat it over. So I guess it depends what type of learner you are. So you would say you're quite visual. with your learning, or?
I guess so. I would like read through during my prep time, one time before I sleep and one time in the morning.
Yeah, and it's there.
Yeah,
that's great.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay. Yeah.
So what else did you do to before this, the stuff that you've been doing before that your dad was talking about? Has that helped you with your studies?
Definitely.
Yeah.
My results actually quite terrible when I was like in primary and even like secondary before the lesson, like scoring C's and D's.
Yeah.
Then after that course that my dad has, it jumped to like nearly a straight A.
Wow. And so how long is the course? Because I think this course would benefit a lot of learners, to improve them across the board. What sort of things do you do in it?
Well, we listen to specially made music that are targeted at a specific part of the brain. And the pineal gland to be exact.
Okay.
And that changes the structure a bit so the student becomes smarter.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Great stuff.
That's what we do for business.
Yeah, and that's helped you, and you've seen a difference. Yeah.
A huge difference, especially for my case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great, because I notice in class that Akihiro is gifted and talented, and he picks things up really quickly. So if you could share some of those tips that you've gained, or maybe lots of learners would benefit from doing this course as well. That's good news.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It's not really like talent or so, it's artificially made.
Well, whatever works.
Yeah.
That's great. Okay, thank you.
Student. I find you to be a questioning and inquiring student. I find you to be a learner who doesn't just take what I say or anybody else in the class says or anybody in a text of any kind says as a given. You question it and query it, and you want to really get to the bottom of whatever issue or topic it is that we're looking at. You started off very, very confident at the beginning of the year. I think that was a little bit surprising to some of the members of the class because you were so confident and you appeared to be so knowledgeable, and I think there were probably a few thoughts in the room about, is this guy really as good as he seems? And I think you've proven that you are as good as you seem.
I guess that's a good thing.
Yeah, it is a good thing.
Yeah.
And I've noticed that as the year's gone on, as the term has gone on, that you're starting to work with other members of the group, and that is a really good thing, because then we get that melting pot of ideas, and you're very open to other people's ideas and suggestions. You're never critical or say anything derogatory. You would question rather than criticise. Rather than just accept. I thought your presentation with Gayao today, your brief talk that you gave us, was just amazing. Really, really good.
Thank you.
I live in the boarding house. My husband is a boarding house parent, so
Mr. Mark, my floor.
I see Akihiro quite a bit, not just in class but outside of class. You're very proactive about coming to see me and getting me to come and sit with you and help you with your work, so that your work is of the very best quality that it can be. In fact, your work is completed before other people have even started. So you've got very, very good time management, and you're very focused.
Yeah,
and I appreciate that. It's good. It's nice that we've also got that time that we can catch up outside our school hours and develop that a little bit further. You're learning a bit further.
Definitely. That'd be great. I think that's all. Yeah.
So no, that's good.
Okay. Mr. Trevor, the director of boarding, which is the place that I'm currently living in.
Okay. Akihiro first as a boarder. Akihiro is a scholar. So as a scholar, Akihiro has some responsibility to be a role model to the boarders here. And he does that well because he leads a very well-balanced lifestyle here. What we try and get the boarders to do is to work hard and to play hard and also enjoy themselves. And Akihiro does all that. Physically, he likes to look after himself by eating well and going running in the morning. Academically, he studies well. But as a scholar too, it's good to see him sharing his gifts of study and his ability with other students. And that's what we expect to happen. Okay? He works well, but he also contributes to the school and to boarding too, which we expect him to do, which he does. He loves to have fun, which is also part of living in boarding. and that's maintaining a well-balanced lifestyle, if you like, okay, in all those areas. As far as living here, he hasn't given any trouble at all. And his sense of humour is good. I think he realised first off that I could say no, that every time he asked me something I wouldn't say yes.
With the coffee.
And that's just one of the things when you look after a community of over 70, that you can't have your own way all the time, that you have to do things in sync with other people, and that's just living in community. But I think Akihiro is finding that living in community has a lot of advantages as well.
Yeah, it definitely has.
Okay. In that you have a lot of fun with them, okay, and you study with them as well, and studying can actually be fun. Studying on your own is quite hard, and you're not that motivated sometimes. When you study with other people,
It becomes fun.
and they help you, it's fun, and they motivate you as well, and you help them, they help you. So that's very good.
I guess that's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Good.
Well.